everybody, and welcome back to Drawing with Paolo. Today I'm going to teach you guys about shading. I'm still getting a lot of questions about shading, so I'm going to do a few things today. I hope that will help you understand shading. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a few shapes first. So I'm going to draw a sphere like this and a triangle. Alright, so we've got our sphere, we've got our triangle, and maybe even a cube. So let's draw a cube. Just like this. And the cube's got lines like that. And my circle. Okay, so we're going to do them individually. We're going to really pay attention to each shape. I'm going to put a light source on these, and then we're going to see how this works. So I'm going to put, for my sphere, we're going to put a sun sort of like over here, right? What happens if I have my light source is here, and this is projecting light. So this is projecting a light like that, right? And so imagine that this is the sun. So it's creating rays and it's throwing light. And so how do you shade this? So essentially what happens is a sphere is sort of simple enough because the middle of the sphere here, half of this should be white, the other half should be black. So let's start with that. Okay, we're just going to color that in really easily here. Okay, so this is the basic principle that you need to think about. Be it a face, be it anything, this is how it works, okay? So half of this, part of it is light, part of it is black, okay? Because the sun is on this side and it can't reach here. Now, because this is a circle has a smooth surface that is rounded. So it can't be a straight edge like this. It has to be a gradient. So what you should do is gradually going towards the light. It should be lighter and lighter, right? And as it goes back, it gets darker and darker. So we need to make these lines darker and darker as we go. And this will give the idea of a rounded shape. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here. Now, it's rounded like this and rounded like that, and it's a ball, so essentially we can make all of this part really dark like this. And keep playing with that as we move our way up. A really dark line over here. Okay, and you get the idea of that, of how that's rounded. So if this was a baseball, all you would need to do is put a line like this, or a tennis ball, line like that, and you've got your tennis ball with the shading, okay? Because my light source is over here. Now, for the triangle, we're going to try something, and it's sort of like this, but because it's a straight edge, people would think it's different, but it's not. So we're going to put our light source, same thing, we're going to put it on this side over here. So this is our sun. The sun over here has his rays, and the light's hitting my light source. Like that. Okay. Oh, and by the way, for the drop shadow for the ball, if the ball is, let's say, off the table, you repeat this shadow like this. See this line here? This is a light line, hits the table. This is where the shadow should reach. Same thing for out here. Should go all the way over here. Boom. See that? Like this long. But my shape here is blocking that. So, okay, and we're going to color that in. All right, so my ball is floating off the page. Now let's do this guy. So, okay, so this is the same principle. Down this line, there should be a straight line here. Once again, half is white, half is black, and we'll color that in. All right, so this part is being hit by the light, boom, just like this. Now, it's the same thing as a circle. The triangle is. Okay, so what you want to do is get that same gradient. Because it's rounded, okay, it's a rounded, we have to make this a gradient. So I'm going to start really lightly coloring that in as well. And as we go to the back, we have to make it darker and darker. So over here, really dark line. And we work our way to the same tone as we move along. So this would be the darkest point over here. And remember, it's triangle sections. And as we go up, it gets lighter and lighter, okay? And this part here will be dark too, but not as dark because the light sort of wraps a little bit here. So leave a little thin line there. All right, now we can give it a little bit of an erase here with my erasing pencil. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so now what do you do for the drop shadow? Well, depending on where the light is, you can say drop shadow will be the same shape, but long. Then we can color that in. See, my light is a bit more, but this one's a bit more back behind here, right? It's a bit farther down this way. This one is more, over here. This one is more back there. And that's why the shade is here, more towards the camera. The shade here is more that way, okay? I hope this helps. I'm gonna color that in. Buy some black. My pyramid, my cone. Shape like this, there we go. All right, next one. Next to cube, we'll do the same thing. We're gonna put the light source at the same spot. So we're gonna put, my sun is over here. It's the sun, whee, radiating sun. Okay, so my light source, like that, light source, like that. This is how I see it. This is how I see it. It's not reality in any way, shape, or form. It's just the way I see my drawing. And now we need to color stuff in. So what do you suspect is the darkest spot? This would be the darkest one. This up here would be the brightest one, but we don't see it. So we're going to color this in. Really dark. All right. This won't be as dark as that because it's the closest to the light. So essentially, it'll be like a different tone of gray. All right, and this will be even lighter still. So this has to be darker a little bit. Okay, the part of the cube, this is the brightest here. This here is like, woo, bright, bright, bright. But we can't see because it's behind us, it's on the other side. And then the shadow would be the same. So you'd have to just make like, straight lines here to put that block shadow to represent the square floating in the air. All right, and that's theory on light. So sphere, cone, cube, and you would do the same thing for any object out there. I hope this helps with you guys trying to draw some shading, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Drawing with Paolo.